and welcome to the Boys Upstairs Show. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Buffalo Bills.
Woo!
Ah! We don't talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers that much on the show, if ever. Actually, never. I have picked Pittsburgh Steelers once as my lock in the 3 years of doing the Boys Upstairs Show. That was this year. It was against the Houston Texans. We got blown out. I think it was 33-3. You know, never doing it again, as they say. Anyways, the Pittsburgh Steelers, against all odds, made the fucking playoffs again this year.
Heck yeah.
So, you know, we have to talk about them. We have to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers going into Buffalo as a double-digit dog.
Yep.
The only one on the slate. This game is projected, I have it written down here, 25 to 60 mile-an-hour winds. 60
That's fast.
mile-an-hour winds
That's really fast.
are projected for Buffalo on Saturday. It's going to be around 28 degrees. What are your guys' thoughts? Minus 10, by the way. I didn't say that before. Total is 36.5.
I mean, I feel like I'm in the Lions' den right now with
There's no pressure.
Steelers fan Tommy.
There's no pressure at
pressure
all,
at all.
despite the multiple
Fuck them,
Pittsburgh
Andrews.
Steelers.
Fuck them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with Cam here. I think the Steelers, you know, they have a good story. Mike Tomlin, legendary coach, doesn't have a losing season. But the Bills are a better team, and I think they're going to win. Unfortunately, and I'm sorry, I hate to say it.
Well, you just pick winners, so
I pick
you
winners.
know you
So
pick winners.
I
But
think the Bills will win this game.
minus 10 is obviously a lot of
It
points.
is. It
that
is.
you
And
can't
I don't know
talk
what points are.
You can't talk about
I don't
that.
even know what that means.
Tommy.
I don't even know. So it's just the Bills are going to win.
Andrews make a better team.
Correct.
Tommy,
Jacob,
I'm sorry.
let me know.
This is, listen,
Let me know.
it's not even about the Steelers at all. This is the most, perfect example of who the Bills are. They were playing awful at the beginning of the year. They streaked off 5 straight games. Even though they didn't play great in all 5 games, they won 5 straight to close the year out. It would be the most Bills thing ever for them to win comfortably in the wild card and then lose their next game. That's kind of like who they are.
Yeah.
When they get expectations, when you got Tony Romo and Chris Collinsworth and Orlovsky, Josh Allen, 80 turnovers, MVP of the league. They're 5 wins in a row. They're great. They're going to beat the Steelers by 2 touchdowns, and they're going to play either the Chiefs or the Ravens or the whoever else is, and then they're going to lose. That's just what they did. So I think it's the most.
Didn't you pick the Dolphins?
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I picked them to cover.
All right. Okay.
But I'm just saying. So I will say this though. I will shake everyone's hand here and look in the camera. If Tomlin goes up there with a 3rd-string quarterback and no T.J. Watt and wins, he's the best coach in the league, and you cannot tell me otherwise. You cannot tell me otherwise. People, by the way, you know, there's been some rumors. You know, there's been some talk.
There's been more talk this year than ever before.
A lot of, and by the way, just a lot of coaching changes going on. We have Vrabel and Pete Carroll, those came out of left field. Bill Belichick might be out there. But people who doubt Mike Tomlin's coaching abilities, even if they lose this weekend by 5 touchdowns, him getting 10 wins with this team, everyone acted like the Steelers the whole year were pathetic because the offensive coordinator drama and everything. They won 10 freaking games. I just think that, and by the way, I think that the climate favors the Steelers because Josh Allen, likes to
100%.
throw the ball over the air. But I think it'll be a very big James Cook game.
Yep.
Who they've begun to use the last 5 weeks. And I would love to see an upset, but I think in Bills fashion, they'll win comfortably and then probably lose their next game. So unfortunately, I got to go with the Bills minus 10.
From the concrete, a flower grew, right? 10 wins this season is not easy to do in the National Football League, especially not in the AFC North. I think battling coaching changes, quarterback changes, and a skill player that is pretty much checked out for the entire season and turns it on 1 or 2 games. He's not going to turn it on this week either. I'm not sure what the over-under is. The smart money is probably on the under here just due to the weather and the lackluster offense of the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Bills have been hot as of late. This game will be a little bit of a heat check. Andrew Weisz picks winners. Do I think the Bills are probably going to win this game? Yes. Steelers will keep it close. There'll be a lot of hope there. Might even get it to OT, but I think Steelers plus 10 is safe for this week.
I'll follow the chin here. I agree. The Bills are probably going to win this game. I don't see the Steelers pulling off any kind of miracle here. Sorry, Rooney boys. The Bills are going to cover -10 because I don't think the Steelers are going to score, like barely at all. And I know they've had some good things going with Rudolph coming in and all of that, but let's be completely honest here, and this is just pure observation, Tommy, so don't attack me here. Mason Rudolph's quote-unquote legacy plays and like best plays since he came in from starting are literally just dump-offs to Pickens or Johnson or Deontay Johnson that they carry 70, 80 yards for a touchdown. It's really nothing. It's really not that special, and I think this reeks of a low-scoring game. It's 36.5. That's a weird-ass total, or it's a low-ass total, so I'm not going to touch it because anything can really happen, especially in playoff football. But there's normally a team every year in the playoffs that you're just like, well, they made the playoffs. Congrats to them, but see you later. Better luck next year. And this year, I think that's the Steelers. And it was the last time they were in when they got smoked by the Chiefs, sadly. And like I said, it's nothing personal. I just think the Bills are probably going to win this game like 24-6 or something, like something low scoring like that. I don't see the Steelers scoring a touchdown. I know I'm being a little harsh here, but I'm just calling it like I see it. So I'm going to go the Bills -10, and I think they win it comfortably, like Jake said.
I've been observing the Steelers these last couple weeks, and what's impressed me about them is not necessarily Mason Rudolph's play, because like Sam just said, it's really mostly been like, all right, nobody's open, I'm just going to give Pickens a chance, and then he takes he takes advantage of his chance, and they get a big play out of it. But I've been really impressed with the way the O-line has been blocking, especially on interior runs with Najee. They looked really, really good against the Ravens. Just their last game, and also an inclement weather game. It was a very rainy game. It was wet. It was cold. It's not your ideal football temperature. And I feel like I don't know who just said it, but that I think it was Jake. That definitely favors the Steelers in this game, because the Bills, especially on the back end, are very, very injured. Their secondary guys are very injured. And I know that, like I'm saying, they're going to run the ball a lot, but secondary guys have to step up and make tackles. And if you have second and third string guys that haven't been playing a lot, plus you take the weather into effect, like it's not an ideal situation for the Bills defense, especially with the O-line like the Steelers coming in. So I'll take them +10. I don't think they're going to win, but +10 is a lot for like a Mike Tomlin coach team, especially in the playoffs. Like, I have so much respect for Tomlin as a coach, and even me as a Ravens fan. It's just like, how can you not respect Tomlin and everything that he's done with the Steelers organization? Like, so I think they cover 10 easily. I don't think it's going to be. I think it's going to be within a touchdown actually, and it's going to be pretty low scoring. So I'll go ahead and add the under to my ticket as well.
I'll go next because I'm gonna agree with Nickson here. I honestly agree with everything Nickson said. This game plays right into the Steelers' hands and what they were good at, D-line and just blocking and running the ball, just playing between the hashes or whatever. But I think the Steelers covered. And additionally, fuck the Bills. I hate the Bills. So
free Kyer.
Yeah, free Kyer. Bring Kyer to Miami. Fuck the Bills. Fuck Josh Allen. He cheated on it. I don't want to start any allegations, but he cheated on his wife. That was
Whoa.
Allen has a wife?
I thought he was dating Hailey Steinfeld.
Me too.
Yeah, I don't think that's right information. So maybe cut that out.
Just accusing people of shit tonight.
I'm on my Aaron Rodgers.
That's just AFC East banter right there. There's no truth in that statement.
It was on TMZ. Seamus is on the Epstein.
Very reputable news source.
Seamus is on the Epstein list, and Steelers are going to cover, potentially win this game. Fuck the Bills. They damn near lost to the hurt Dolphins, so I'm running with Tomlin right here. I need the Steelers to pull through. I will say every time I pick the Steelers throughout the regular season, they've lost. So part of me wants to pick the Bills, but fuck the Bills. I can't do
that.
That
is a lot, though, Cam. In a playoff game?
That is a lot. That's a lot. Especially for Tomlin. Like, that's kind of disrespectful.
That is really disrespectful.
Obviously, I'm a Steelers fan. I think that the Steelers, when I was watching carefully, the Bills versus Dolphins game, that was going to determine whether we play the Chiefs or whether we play the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
If you asked me when I was watching that game, who would you rather play, the Chiefs or the Bills? I said the Bills.
Really?
I did.
Okay.
Now, going into Buffalo, obviously, is one of the most tough places to go into, especially in a playoff environment, because that guarantees a weather element.
Mm-hmm.
But the Pittsburgh Steelers are a better running team than the Buffalo Bills.
They are.
I think that's what it's going to come down to. As long as the Bills don't get out to an early lead where the Steelers have to throw the ball to get in the game, stay in the game, I think if the Steelers are able to establish the run, they'll easily cover 10 points. I'm not going to sit here and say the Steelers are going to win. Obviously, that's what I want to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I think 10 points, like Cam and Nickson just said, is a lot too much for a playoff game. These were two playoff teams. There was a point in the year where the Bills were 6-6.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if people remember that. But the Bills have had a shaky season. The Steelers, going on the road in a weather game, where running the ball is going to be the most important thing. Last week, the Steelers ran for over 200 yards against the Baltimore Ravens. Do we all think that the Baltimore Ravens have a pretty good defense? Yes. Were they sitting a couple starters? Maybe. But I think that Jalen Warren and Najee Harris are going to be the ultimate factor in this game. Do I think that James Cook is going to be very important? Yes. But if we're able to run the ball from the jump, I think this is going to be a Steelers possible win, at least cover 10. I think the 10 is extremely disrespectful, but I don't want to jinx anything. Give me the Steelers plus 10. I don't want to take the under because 36 is not a lot of points, but I could very well see this being an under game because of the weather element, because the Pittsburgh Steelers are always under. But I'm not going to touch the total, so I'm just going to take Steelers plus 10.
I'm sorry to follow that with a take that is not.
Take the Bills. Take the Bills. It's not going to change anything.
All right, I'm taking the Bills. I mean, yes, 10 points is a lot. But, some team did have to make the last seed. They added an extra playoff team last couple years ago. And I think that any of the teams that maybe would have made it in this position would probably have a similar spread. I don't think it's anything personal to the Steelers. But, the Bills are doing what we've seen a lot of successful playoff teams do, which is get hot at the right time. It's not about how you play your first 4 games. It's about how you play your last 4 games. And, the Bills are coming into it at the right time. They're hot right when it matters. We saw the Bengals do this a few years ago. We've seen tons of teams do this. They're hot at the right time. I think they win this game. I see the point that the weather definitely favors the Steelers' play style, but, it's in Buffalo. Like, Buffalo is used to playing like this. Josh Allen's been there for however many years. This isn't his first game like this. They definitely know playing in Buffalo, like, that these weather games are going to happen. They definitely have game plan for that. They definitely have something going for that. So I think the Steelers could win, not the Steelers, the Bills win this by 10, at least. I mean, I think that no Mason Rudolph, no TJ Watt, who's a possible MVP candidate. He's been one of the best defensive players in the league, if not the best defensive player in the league. Like, that's a huge playmaker missing. Mason Rudolph starting at quarterback. It's tough for the Steelers. They're in a tough position. They definitely got something building there, but I think the Bills are just hot at the right time, and I think the Steelers might just be a little overmatched. I don't know about the over-under because of the weather, but I think the Bills could win by 10 points.
It's a similar sort of the Chiefs. I think the Bills are going to win at home. I like the Steelers, though. I'm sorry, Tommy. I love you, but I think that the Bills will cover. I don't have anything to say.
Like and subscribe.
Hey, like and subscribe.